Immersive learning is a technique in which you place a trainee or a student in a virtual environment that replicates the actual environment that they'll be operating in once they get out on the job.
It makes it more of a first-person kind of experience. So experiencing an environment, experiencing a situation, as opposed to simply reading about it.
Virtual learning environment allows students to experience the learning in a three-dimensional world very similar to the world they are in every day.
The research project with DOTD and the folks at T-Tech is a really good example of the kind of project that we want to be involved with.
What we're looking at here is the concept of taking a basic flagging procedures course and integrating it into an immersive learning environment.
We want to take advantage of the diverse population in the transportation community that was available to us to see if virtual learning would work with that sort of a population.
Our focus is safety. An injury in this immersive environment is not going to result in the loss of a life. They're going to get a screen that says try again and they can try again. You have that in a real work zone environment, there is no try again.
So you get the advantage of a safe environment where mistakes can be made and no one gets hurt.
This sort of project is a logical next step in the evolution of LITE in terms of content development.
It has some forward thinking, it has some leading edge kinds of characteristics, but it also has great potential on the economic development side. And if we can, through this research project and others, put some scientific footing under these, that opens up a very large potential market for these kinds of training applications.
We knew what we wanted to try to accomplish with a virtual learning environment, but we weren't sure who the providers were. And once we met with LITE, we knew we had hit a jackpot.
The expertise of LITE goes beyond any words that what the team can bring to the field, and the true understanding of the educational theory as it applies in an environment is something unique that we feel that LITE brought to the table, that everybody really got it in terms of why this is important for this population.
DOTD came to us with their class that they already have designed, and they had pulled out certain areas of the class that they wanted to make interactive pieces out of. So we were able to kind of design the interactive pieces to fit into their existing class. So the first thing that we would do is take those ideas that we came up with for the interactive pieces and plan them out on paper. Basically design everything out and really kind of make a plan for it.
To create the individual interactions across all the levels, we created a system where we're able to individually create interactions specifically. So we had interactions for placing the flagger, interactions for posting the flagger, and interactions for selecting items. And then we were able to move those around as individual blocks and string them together into larger interactions.
So what we ended up doing was taking a lot of their reference material that they gave us to really figure out what it was we're going to do. And ultimately, when we're working on a project, we try to immerse ourselves in their environment. And the idea there is that we become experts and we create as realistic an environment as we can.
The animation process starts with storyboarding, which is where we do quick rough sketches of what needs to happen in the animation. From there we'll often shoot video reference, which is actually us acting out the scene, and then we'll use those actions to make the 3D characters do those same things.
One of the requirements on this project was to make this accessible to a diverse group of people. So we had to think about the things that we were doing to make sure that the average person could use it without much trouble.
We created a HUD, a heads-up display, which is actually a series of cards and graphics that illustrate to the user what to do, like what directions to follow. I got feedback from the classes, which was really helpful. I was able to make changes so that the messages were clear.
The HUD elements guided you in a way that it made it easier to understand how to use it.
I kind of took it as a video game more than a learning tool because I always was competitive. I tried to be first at everything, so it was enjoyable for me.
I thought it was easy to understand. I didn't get bored with it, and it wasn't a drawn-out process, so it was really easy to go through it.
We set this up with a class that we already had. We got one of our most experienced teachers to teach the class.
I think using immersive learning adds a new layer to my instruction, and it allows my students a better chance to understand the world around them. This is the way learning is going. I think the online classroom and the digital stage are much more apparent now, and students today need to be aware of that. And the student population that we have here is very diverse, and I think this is a very unique and valuable opportunity.
And in our discussions with class members, they've all been very impressed and come back with words like, "You got to do more of this. This is great."
The results are truly exceptional on every single level.
Our working relationship with DOTD and the folks at T-Tech was really, really good from the outset. They were very excited. They had lots of good ideas. They were very supportive. They helped us. They met with us regularly, which is an important part of our production process, the way we like to do things. All in all, very, very positive experience.
The folks from LITE were quick to respond and came here. They've been there for every moment, doing the presentations and doing the experiment itself. So it's just been a great relationship. We feel like we've got a true partnership with LITE.
It's very rare that you can go into a relationship and actually get a true collaboration, and I really feel like this was a true collaborative effort. It's not just LTRC and T-Tech and LSU. It's LITE, it's ULL, it's LITA, it's everybody from every perspective bringing something to the table. We couldn't have had a better partner in any way, shape, or form.
Towards the last part of the project, we've probably had conversations and meetings just about every day. I think we both feel like we're part of each other's family now.